James Garner.
From New York, where we're still digging out from the big President's Day celebration, it's Chris Elliott, plus Paul Schaefer and the world's most dangerous fan. And now, the newest member of the Insurance Hall of Fame, Dave.
Welcome to the big show. Thank you. Well, thank you very much. Hi there. Welcome to the big show. Listen to this. I get up this morning. I was stunned. I'm reading the New York Post, and I come across something that I have no recollection of. Apparently, a few years ago, like 12 years ago, I was married to Ivana Trump. You know, I guess now, if you care about this sort of thing, the Perrier Corporation, excuse me, the Perrier Corporation has announced that they will have their water back on grocery shelves by April. But in the meantime, it'll only be available in hardware stores. Over there in the benzene section. When was the last time you went into a store and asked for benzene, Paul?
Gee, I can't remember.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Hi. Hey, what are you folks doing here? All right.
I did that.
Did you read about this kind of an odd screw-up over in New Jersey? A Trenton man goes into the courthouse there, and he applies for a fishing license. Now, through some kind of bureaucratic red tape, there was a mix-up. God forbid this should ever happen to you. There was a mix-up, and instead of a fishing license, he was given a valid marriage license. So now, this is true, the man is actually legally married to a trout. Thank you very much. Thank you, and welcome to Hee Haw. Thank you. married to a trout.
Yeah.
What? You look like you turned on me all of a sudden.
No. I'm right with you.
What, have the checks been bouncing?
No. Checks coming in.
You know, have you heard about this? New York City now, they're sponsoring this politeness campaign to make New York City friendlier and to give a better impression to people from out of town and even people who live and work in New York City every day. So they kicked it off yesterday at a big press conference, and the whole thing got off to a horrible start when a spokesman said to a reporter, let's go back here a second. Okay, here it is. I got it screwed up. Okay, this is fine now. So the new campaign to end rudeness in New York got off to a horrible start yesterday at a press conference when the spokesman for the organization said to a reporter, "What are you looking at, butthead?" So, you see what I did to that? Yeah, see, I got in trouble. I tried to do a little embellishing on my own there. It just didn't work. On the program tonight.
Table ready, sir.
Thank you
right
very
over
much.
there.
Thank you. How are you?
I'm just fine. How are you today?
You know what upsets me? This has been happening, I guess, all my life, but I've only noticed this the last 2 or 3 years working in this building.
Yeah.
You get off an elevator, the doors open. Who has the right of way? People getting off the elevator or people getting into the elevator?
It's never really been
Exactly.
established.
People getting
Really?
off the elevator. Perfect. But here in this building, for some reason, whenever the doors open, people in the hallway think it's a signal just to get right on in there and mash Mr. Letterman up against the wall.
So you had a rough time in the elevator.
And it's usually a guy who's been repairing something. You see, he has a giant tool belt on him.
Yeah.
So in addition to being mashed, I'm prodded periodically. Mashed and prodded.
Yeah. I like the prodded part.
So anyway, I'm driving home the other night. I didn't get a chance to tell you this, and it's late. It's midnight. I'm driving home. I come to an intersection. It's pitch black, but there's still some traffic. In the middle of the intersection is a guy walking around from car to car with, what do you think? Take a guess. Could be anything,
his
right?
Pants down? I don't know.
No.
What is
No,
it?
but a really good guess,
Thank
Paul.
you.
No, with his pants down.
Well,
What neighborhood does that happen
I don't know.
in?
I thought it was, you know. This is New York.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No. Well, now you're going to make my little story sound completely insignificant.
No, I'm sorry. What really?
Well, no,
what?
I can't finish it because it's not nearly as strange as a guy with his pants down.
The audience wants to hear.
Okay.
What was it?
It was a guy with his pants down.
No. What was it?
It was a guy with a fire extinguisher.
What was he doing?
Exactly my question.
What time?
I don't know.
What time was this?
It was midnight.
And there's a guy outside.
Just a thoughtful citizen, I guess, doing his part to fight the fight against car fires. I don't know.
Did he spritz you at all?
No. No, but the guy with his pants down did. Thank you very much. Thank you. I don't know. I don't know.
That's terrible.
I know
terrible.
it's... Well, you
I know, I started.
I can't get excited. My
no,
doctor,
you're hard.
told me.
No,
You know, yesterday was a friend of ours' birthday, and I forgot to call him yesterday.
Who was that?
So it's a surprise. I'll tell you in a second. So I'm going to call him today and wish him a happy birthday. I hope a little dialing music, Paul. Okay, that's enough. Okay, he's a very nice man. He's helped us out on the show many, many times, and I just want to call and wish him happy birthday.
Hello?
Hello, Tony, this is Dave. How are you?
Dave!
Yes, Tony Randall, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, I see.
Tony Randall.
I'm just fine. It's so nice of you to call me.
Well, Tony, I know, I guess yesterday was your birthday, and was it yesterday or today?
The day before.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, I hope you had a wonderful day, and I hope you have many, many more wonderful birthdays.
Dave, what a wonderful guy you are. That means so much, especially coming from you.
Well, that's certainly great to hear, and I'm glad you could take the call for us.
Well, thanks, Dave.
Yeah.
Listen, you're so nice. I hate to impose like this.
Sure.
But do you think there's any chance of my getting on your show?
Geez, no,
I got
not
some
tonight.
honey roast peanuts for
No,
you.
I'm sorry, Tony, but we're kind of tight tonight, you know. But if there's an opening in the next couple of weeks, we'll give you a call.
Thanks,
I think we have your
Thanks
number.
so much.
Okay.
I love you, Dave.
All right. Happy birthday. Bye-bye. Tony Randall. It's a refreshing beverage.
What do you have in there?
You know, Paul, I don't think there's a man, woman, or child
right.
alive today who doesn't enjoy a lovely beverage.
That's true. What are you drinking this evening?
Coffee.
Okay.
Oh boy, kids, guess what? Now it's time for Perspectives on the News. Okay. Now, here's how this works. The category is the baseball spring training camp lockout. And we're going to show you a list of people and explain to you how this particular event in the news affects their lives.
Okay. Fair enough.
And then I'll take my pants down. Here we go. Here we have Mets backup relief pitcher Jeff Innes. He now can spend the next few months sitting on soft couch in living room instead of sitting on hard bench in bullpen. Have that fanfare standing by, Paul.
Yeah. Okay, I got it.
We may be getting a cab.
I see.
Reiser Gorbachev now able to prolong off-season romance with Jose Canseco. Perspectives on the news. Yes, it's much shorter than I had hoped. Well, that's it. I don't know.
There's many more perspectives.
Some perspectives are not as
Many,
long as
many
others.
more perspectives.
Oh, yes, there are. Cher, for example,
that'll be great.
yeah, won't be able to take boyfriend to ballpark for Kids' Day. Fire extinguisher, big CO2 job.
Why was he out there
I don't know.
with
He didn't seem to be selling it.
that?
No.
No.
Jim Baker, with no baseball on TV, will now have more quality time to spend with cellmate. Canada, our neighbor to the north, Paul's home country. Canada loses another opportunity to pretend that they're part of the United States. Entire audience of Canadians tonight. Professional golfers will now have to pick up slack to satisfy nations' need to see men scratch themselves on TV. Cleveland Indian ticket scalpers. Ladies and gentlemen, there are no such things as Cleveland Indian ticket scalpers, so they would... Lorne Green, ladies and gentlemen. The lockout of the baseball player should have no effect on. Union Carbide will close down a division responsible for supplying ballparks with that nacho cheese stuff. They pump it right in, you know, Paul. Like gunite. Comes down in big hoses.
So I understand, yeah.
William Shatner has canceled his annual Would You Like Captain Kirk's Autograph 2 tour of spring training camps. Let's see. Retired racehorse Ali Sheba. This would be Ali Sheba's perspective on the news.
I see.
Did I not explain this properly?
I think you did, yeah. Different people have different perspectives.
Yeah, and in this case here we have the
news
perspective that Ali Sheba would have on the baseball player's spring training camp lockout.
This is the racehorse.
Eases fear of ending life as a Yankee Frank. Well, it's time for the news. We gotta go. Good night, everybody. It's wishful thinking on the part of the audience. No, we're not done yet.
There are more perspectives.
Oh, yeah. George Steinbrenner continues to suck. There, that's the... We're on time? We're over? Oh, good, good.
To this, a special touring edition of the Grand Prix Sports Sedan. Its V6 power, fuel injected quick. Its optional anti-lock braking, sure and precise. Its feel, undeniably Pontiac. Grand Prix STE.
Take a news event.
Yes.
And then to help you with your own personal understanding of the event,
yes,
we share with you the perspectives held by other major personalities in the world today.
That was the premise of that last bit.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Will we be doing that a lot?
No. No, that was it. That was once and one time only. Because I understand this week with David Brinkley wants to start doing it.
Oh.
So they'll be doing it every Sunday. There's no need for us to do it.
We don't have to do it.
No, we do this kind of thing. Watch, watch, watch. Yeah, okay, put it away. Thank you. Oh, it's over. Forget it. No, don't even. No, okay, it's over. Thank you very much. Our first guest won an Academy Award for her performance in the motion picture Moonstruck, and her recent films include Steel Magnolias and the runaway blockbuster of the decade. This thing did like $100 million worth of business, this Look Who's Talking.
Yeah?
Big, big movie.
Was she in Look Who's Talking?
Huh?
Was she in Look Who's
Talking? Says right here, yeah.
That's great.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Olympia Dukakis.
Hi, how are you? Pleasure to meet you. Thank you for being here.
How are you? How you doing?
What do you... I love the way you sail those cards through the window.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's great.
Would you like to sail?
Yeah,
sure,
like
help yourself.
Try.
Here we go.
You don't even look.
No, yeah.
Okay, here I go.
Yeah, pretty good. Very nice.
Did it go through at all?
Yeah, it did. It sort of barely went through. But that's the kind of night we're having. So how are things?
Things are pretty good.
Yeah. Have you had a good year so far?
It's been a great year.
You know, now this Look Who's Talking thing, this was, I think, intended to be kind of like a small film, and then they didn't even release it right away. Is that right?
They didn't. There was a long post-production.
Yeah.
They didn't realize, I think, you know, how popular it was going to get, and then it just kind of like went.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Now,
yeah.
why do you suppose this thing, in addition to a fine cast, of course, why did this thing go through the roof?
I think the Bruce Willis and the voice, I think, really captured people's imaginations.
Right.
They really enjoyed it.
But everybody loves babies now.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
They're going to do two, you know.
Look Who's Talking
yeah,
too?
Look Who's Talking too. Amy Heckerling, the director's working on it even as we speak.
So will it be the same baby, a little older, or another new baby?
Because all those babies. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea what the script is. I'm looking forward to
Did you
seeing.
work with many babies in this thing?
Oh, there were for anyone seen, there were at least 2 babies. And they have, you know, what they call a baby wrangler. Somebody who just takes care of the babies and makes sure that they get their
Well,
bottles.
they don't really call it a baby wrangler. I
Yes,
think.
they call it. Yes, they call it a wrangler.
Because if they called it the baby wrangler, it would be shut down. Somebody, yeah, they'd shut down the production. You have to have a nurse looking after the babies.
No, there is a nurse there, but there's also a baby
Oh,
wrangler.
well, as long as you have a nurse present, you can have a baby wrangler. And a rodeo clown, too. Yeah.
And piles of toys.
Yeah. What did you do before you became an actress? Although I guess in most cases, you're always an actress, right?
Well, a million things, you know. Sold dances for Arthur Murray.
Now tell me about that.
Well, I was on I would be on the telephone pretending that people were winning things, you know. And
you
then,
call up and say, how do you do, Mr. and Mrs. Henderson?
Say, give me the name of the 40-something or other president, something very easy, and people would they would guess it, and then so I'd say, okay, now you won all these dances, so you come in and get these dances. So they would get 3 free dances, and then of course they would try to sign them up for more dances.
Now, did you ever actually go into the Arthur Murray place and dance?
Moi?
Yeah.
No, I never.
Well, you know, I know people have always talked about this before, but it seems like in every town, they're always on the 2nd floor, the dance studio.
That's right.
Yeah.
This one was on the 2nd floor,
I know.
too.
I don't know why.
I remember running up the stairs. I used to wear these sneakers. I can remember hockey sneakers that left over from college and stuff.
And did you make a lot of money doing this?
Oh, no, maybe nothing.
But you could be doing some acting on the phone there, couldn't you?
Well, I never thought of it that way. I mean, I thought of it as something totally different. The best acting I ever did was once in a candy factory, candy cupboard, actually. I worked, before I came to New York, I worked in candy cupboard in Somerville, I think it was.
Somerville,
Massachusetts. And I was on the belt. Do you know the one with Lucille Ball? I mean, that really happened to me.
They have a conveyor belt, and
That's
it's
right.
Candy and she and
boxes.
Ethel. Yeah.
There are boxes coming down,
And they can't keep up.
And so I was doing the same thing. I would run down and push the boxes back, trying to get my... But finally, when she started to eat them, what I did was I pretended and I fainted. I went, ha, and I fell right over on the box.
And did they stop the conveyor line?
They didn't even care. They just said, watch out for the chocolates, and it didn't matter to them that there was...
And what kind of chocolate was this? Were these custom-made candies, or...?
Well, they were... No, they were candy cupboard. I don't know if...
I don't know what that means. You said that a couple times. It's like a chain of candy stores?
Yeah, it's a New England thing.
Yeah.
And after that,
Did you ever get sick from eating those things?
No, I couldn't touch them. They got really disgusted with me, and they put me on bulk packing after that. I wasn't doing too well.
Bulk packing, you just load in trucks, I guess that's what that is.
That's right. Me
Okay.
and
We have to do a commercial, and then we'll be back to continue Perspectives on the News. Full with the van? Is it a gas guzzler?
No.
Has it ever rolled over on I-95?
God, no.
Well,
what are you talking about?
Just that we have a guy on who has all the answers about cars and
We've
stuff.
had some lemons, though, some real
Really?
lemons.
What was the last bad car you had?
It was some big yellow car.
Oh, the big yellow ones, yeah.
Big orange cars. I can't remember.
Are you sure it wasn't a school bus?
We had one that was... We had one that was called a Reliant, which was not at all Reliant.
Reliant is a... who makes Reliant?
And a Champ, which was a loser constantly.
The Champ was a loser. Now, that's interesting.
The names were like ironies in themselves.
What was I going to ask you about? Oh, tell me about the... I forget about that, too. What have you been doing lately? Oh, no, I know what a Steel Magnolias. Tell me about that.
I worked there at the whole theater. I did Samuel Beckett's Happy Days, and I'm very...
Now, this is your theater?
Yeah, this is a theater.
And where is it located?
It's in Montclair, New Jersey.
And you
All right. We have somebody from New Jersey.
People who need a ride home. Thank you. Thank you very much. So now you founded the theater, you and your husband?
I was one of the founding members, right? It's a regional theater here in New Jersey. It was nominated for Tony.
And is it for professional people, or is it for people starting out? Is it for people who live in the neighborhood? They want to come over? No, I don't know.
No, I understand. I understand. No. It's a regional professional theater. You know, there's a whole movement of decentralization that's been going on for about 30, 40 years in this country, in which theater has moved out into various, areas.
So now, is it possible to go across the river to this theater and see
King Lear, see Samuel Beckett's Happy Days,
as good a production as you would see here in New York City?
I think so, absolutely.
Now, let's extend it a little farther west. Is it possible to go to, say, Indiana And
Indiana rep, yes.
And could you see as good a production there as you would see in New Jersey?
I don't know. I can't speak for all theaters, but I know that, because I haven't been everywhere, but I know that there are some theaters, I think Arena Stage, you can, Milwaukee Rep, Seattle, a bunch of theaters that I've been to that I can tell you about.
You know, a lot of times people will talk about baseball expansion or football expansion
Right.
or hockey expansion, and they'll say that what it has done has watered down the individual quality of the teams because there really aren't that many good, top-notch players to go around. Now, is that true with actors?
No, it's just the opposite. I mean, what is happening is that the regional theaters, these are the theaters where new plays are being developed because it's so expensive on Broadway and the risks are so high that what they do is, what's happening is that many new playwrights are finding the opportunity to develop and grow and to develop new plays in our regional theaters.
And a good place for a new actor to go and work on his curveball, maybe.
Or an experienced actors to go and do things that they want to do. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Place that you really want to do.
Now, tell me about the Steel Magnolias thing. Now, this was shot in some small town in Louisiana,
Louisiana,
right?
it was called Natchitoches.
Natchitoches?
Yeah.
And
one person from Louisiana.
And hot and marshy.
Yeah, I wonder, but it's a very old and beautiful town, and it had great big trees and beautiful homes.
How many featured players were in this? It was yourself, Shirley MacLaine, Dolly Parton, Sally Field,
Daryl Hannah, Julia Roberts,
and on and on and on.
Up for an Oscar for supporting for her role.
Everybody get along all right?
Yeah.
No, that can't be true.
I know, nobody believes it.
No, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I just can't imagine everybody getting along. I mean...
What is it? Why? People just don't believe that women? Is it women or is it just...
No, I just think if you had that large a group of anybody working on a project in that close confinement for those many weeks, that you'd have trouble.
The truth is that...
Anything missing out of your apartment while you were there?
The truth is that people were very focused and very concerned about the problems and trying to find solutions. It was kind of
nobody said anything
in that way.
Nobody said anything catty or nasty or...
Not in my presence, they didn't. God knows what they, you know.
Yeah, so it was a great experience then.
Yeah, it was a good experience.
Well, that's good. That's really terrific. And so then what else? What else is going on in your life?
Well, I think I just came back from Berlin, which was great. Steel Magnolias opened the Berlin
Oh,
Festival.
now tell me about the big opening there in London as well.
Yeah, that was really
that exciting?
fun. Oh, that was fun. You know, what happened was there was some mix-up in the seats, and here we were. Julia and I were trying to find our seats, and we were seated in the dress circle. That's what you call the first balcony, the mezzanine there, and the prince and the princess were sitting in the first row, and we were supposedly sitting next to them, and with some kind of mix-up. They weren't seats, and of course they had to get up and move. Everybody was getting up and moving, and everybody in the orchestra kept looking up and laughing, and it was really kind of silly and funny. We Americans couldn't find a place to sit down.
So somebody was sitting in the wrong seats, and as a result,
yeah, the whole thing got
the royal
mixed up.
family was bounced all over the theater.
The studio wasn't involved. Not only were they bounced, we were bounced. Julia and I were running around looking for chairs with hundreds of people watching us.
You want to stick around and ask car questions with me?
Oh my God.
You want to?
All right, I'll ask him.
Think of a really good car question, and when this guy comes out, we'll see if you can't stump him. All right. Nice to meet you. Thank you very much for coming over. Can you give me gains, please, Jeff? Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, tomorrow on the program...
Unbelievably great.
Yeah, responsible for many... I know, but my tooth has come loose, honey. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's the magic tooth glue. Thank you very much, Barbara.
This is wonderful. I've never seen anything like this on television before.
All right, I've pulled it out now.
Okay.
I'll just load up a little glue. This is Testers, stuff that's model airplane glue. There it is right there. You just put on, usually I put on like a teaspoonful for an entire show, but... And we just slip it right in like this. Ah! 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 Oh! Wait a minute. No, get ready. Here we go, Anton, a drum roll. Get ready, Gaines. Oh, no. Thank you, honey. Goodbye. Thank you, honey. Goodbye. Thank you, honey. Goodbye. Yeah, thank you. You know, odd as it may seem, she's not connected with the show. Tomorrow on the... Hi, Chris. Sure. Hi, Chris. What can we do for you?
Well, Dave, please, don't try to be funny. I don't really have time for any of your yuppie shtick right now. I don't know if you're aware, but big changes are happening all over the world. If you look at the events in Germany and the Soviet Union and, of course, in Nicaragua, and you think...
I'm sorry, Chris. What was the last one?
I said Nicaragua. And what's wrong? Maybe you should turn up your hearing aid, Grandpa. Anyway...
Chris, excuse me, I just pray to God you're wearing shorts under that robe.
Okay, very funny. Maybe we should check the joke meter on that one. I think you broke a world's record. Anyway.
Thank you very much.
Well, at least for tonight. Anyway, one of these days you're going to wake up, Dave, and you're going to smell the coffee. The world is changing, right, and so are things right here.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Elliott. No one's allowed in Mr. Letterman's dressing room, nor in his private shower.
Oh, is that so? Well, I have 30 stinking, filthy people here who want to take a shower, and I'm the first one in line. So get the hell out of my way, you flaming queen! Look at this! Look at this palace he's been living in! Taking a shower. I am clean. Finally, I am once and for all clean. Everybody, come on. Come in. It's open. Take showers, all of you. I got a shampoo. It's called Vidal Sassoon or something. It's a woman's shampoo. You're free. You're free. Oh.
That was the ugliest thing I have ever seen in my life. We have